Hey gang, Akil Stokes here, Chief Currency Analyst at TradingPower.com. Just wanted to give you guys a quick periscope saying welcome back. I'm a little bundled up. I just actually went for a walk. Now you guys that have been with me for a while, you know I'm big on the whole routine, treating trading like a business, mental preparation. And want to try, hey, what's going on? Want to try something different, adding it to my routine. Let me get my glasses on so I actually see what you guys are writing. Want to do something different after talking to my dad over this Thanksgiving break and actually try, he said he goes for a walk every morning before work. So I figured, hey, let me try the same thing. It'll give me a time to kind of clear my mind and just mentally prep for the trading day. And while doing it, I've also been listening to a few books on tape. One right now called 10X by, I think it's Grant Cardone, I think is the name. Do I have it up here? I think it's Grant Cardone, but very good book. And he mentioned something very special this morning. He talked about success and how success can't be a wish, guys. It can't be, oh, I hope I'm successful. I wish I can be successful. Success has to be a must. It has to be mandatory. And it made me think about my trading career and how for the longest time I treated my trading sort of like a hobby. You guys know the story by now. I was working 3 jobs. I was doing trading on the side and it was kind of just a hobby. It was like, hey, if I get it, if I become good at it, that's perfect. If I don't, no big deal. And it wasn't until I quit the 3 jobs. It wasn't really until I put my back up against the wall and realized how difficult trading was that success became a must. It was no longer an if because there was no safety. I'm a harmonic price action ratio, Fibonacci type of trader. So basically price action things, support and resistance, stuff like that, and harmonic patterns. But once once it became a must and not just a need or a wish, you could just see the sense of urgency that started in my trading. And that's where the real turnaround wanted to happen. I was much more, I guess you could say, professional with how I handled myself. I was no longer just waking up at 6 o'clock one day, 8 o'clock the next day. I was really, I was stuck to routine. I told myself every day, hey, this has to happen, Akil. You have no choice unless you want to go back to cleaning toilets and working with kids all day. Hey, Chaz, this has to happen. The success became a must. And, I don't know, have any of you guys ever listened to anything by Eric Thomas? You guys familiar with him? I'm a swing trader, but this week I'll be scalping the volatility. Well, if you're a swing trader, you should probably stick to swing trading. You don't want to go away from your plan. Any of you guys familiar with Eric Thomas, another motivational speaker? Yeah. This was something big. I told Jason Stapleton this a long time ago, but he said, and it goes about success as well. He said he heard a story from a guy. I think he was training an athlete or training someone. And he was at the beach and he told him to walk out into the ocean, right? He said, walk out a little further. And the guy went out, his calves were in the water. So walk out a little further. Water was up to his kneecaps. Walk out a little further up to his waist, a little further up to his neck. Walk out a little further till it was right beneath his mouth. And when he got there, he pushed his head down, guys. He pushed his head down under the water. Think about like being baptized or something like that. But he pushed his head into the water and he held him there. And the guy was struggling. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I can't breathe. Trying to do everything to survive. And he finally let him up. And he said, what were you thinking down there? He said, the only thing I could think about when I was under that water was that next breath. How am I going to breathe? And it was the only thing that matters, what I needed most. And he says, success in whatever you're trying to achieve, the way you wanted that next breath, that's the same thing you've got to want, the same way you've got to want whatever you're going after. And trading was the same way. It was no longer, again, a wish, a hope. It was, this has to happen. This has to happen or I'm going to fail. And if you don't want it like that next breath, guys, you're not going to be successful in this industry. You've got to do everything plus more if you want to be successful. It's hard. It's tough. Trading is simple. The actual trading is simple, but it's tough to do. Now, on the positive side is this. You don't need to be super smart. You don't need a whole bunch of advanced degrees. You don't need certifications. Look at me. Look at Charles. Look at Jason Stapleton. Look at Greystone. Normal folks, right? You need heart, that will to succeed. And that's something that I've noticed with everyone in our company and all the successful traders I see. It's not a smart thing. It's everyone is so driven. Everyone is so driven. Gary asked the heat broke. Now the heat's on. I went for a walk this morning, Gary. Thinking about putting that into my routine just to clear the mind. I used to try like meditation and stuff, but my shiny thing syndrome. I'll sit there and meditate, but my mind will leave my body and head back to the computer and start trading. Um, yeah, Charles says I have a bachelor's in science. Me too. I've got a bachelor's in science. I've got a master in sport management. I thought I was going to be an agent. Thought I was going to be an agent. But you got to want trading like that, guys. So I want to get in for a quick Periscope and tell you guys that. I do have a few things on my radar today. I think I just got filled. Yep, I did just get filled the dollar yen Gartley pattern. I know Jason Greystone shot this over on TradingView. There's a bearish Gartley on dollar yen. I think 123.10s is where I had my entry at. So I should have just been filled out. Looks like we spiked up. I'll double check that. Also have a euro yen short on my radar as well. And I was very tempted to purchase the euro dollar this morning. Extremely tempted. I was looking on the daily chart. We're at previous structure support. We had a falling wedge pattern in there. Didn't have the divergence that I like to see, but we did have that falling wedge pattern. That's typically a sign of a reversal when you get that falling wedge pattern coming in, especially when you come into a structure level. So I was very tempted to buy that, but held back. I said, hey, Akil, remember, we're in defensive mode right now. We're up 70% for the year. We're kind of playing defense and just holding on. Plus, we know we're coming off a holiday weekend. I typically don't trade Mondays because that's kind of the feel out day. I want to give London a chance to show their hand. I want to get the whole New York session a chance to show their hand before I enter any opportunities, because what may happen is 8:30 may come around. We may see the New York traders come in after a long week and lots of turkey and say, oh, wait a minute, I don't like this. This shouldn't be here, and start kind of correcting the market. So you don't want to be a part of that. So typically Mondays kind of sit back and wait and see what happens day. But we'll see. I've got my training at 9 o'clock. Jason's got his war room at 8:30. So we'll see what happens. So just wanted to hop in. Poor turkeys. Yeah, poor turkeys. Just wanted to hop in and say what's up, let you guys know about my new routine. Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Let me know what you guys think. Thinking about doing a daily Periscope like this. Take care, Charles. Either before my trading day or after my trading day. What do you guys think would be better? I haven't decided. I'm thinking about it. Either before is kind of review, like, hey guys, this is what happened in our live trading room. This is what we took. This is blah, 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 blah. Or beforehand, kind of like this, saying, hey, mentally prepping, getting, maybe I have this on my radar. It's not going to be any charting, just me talking. Whatever works for you. Well, it's for you guys. It's not for me. It's for you guys. Everything I do is for you guys. So I try to play to the crowd as much as possible. We're seeing after. Do me a favor, just if you're on Twitter, just send me a tweet just saying before or after. Or if I post this on Facebook or YouTube, whatever it goes on, just send me a tweet saying before or after, I'll check it out. I'm always down for experimenting with new things. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we just scrap it and move on to the next thing. But good luck this week in the market, guys. We're heading to the last month of our trading. Be safe out there. Remember what I told you about success, guys. You got to want it. You've got to want it. It has to be a must. It's got to be like a breath of air when you're drowning. If you don't want it that bad, take my advice. This is going to sound harsh for a lot of you guys. Take my advice and just stop right now, because you're only going to waste a lot of time. You're only going to waste a lot of money. And this is from someone that has done that before. So you've got to want it bad, and you've got to ask yourself, am I doing everything in my ability to win at this game? Am I doing everything in my ability to set myself up for success? And am I willing to do that? That's the bigger question. Am I willing to? If you're not willing to, you need to stop. If you are willing to, you need to take this time of the year, start writing down, hey, what steps can I take to get better? What do I need to do? Stop doing this. Stop doing that. So, yeah, it's a trap. It's a trap. It's the rat race, man. It's the rat race. People get stuck in there. You go around and around and around. Each time you go around, you lose a little bit more money. Before you know it, it's 20 hours or 20 years down the road, and you've done nothing. I speak to a trader almost on a weekly basis, and it's sad to say, but I think he's doing the same thing. Every week we have the same conversation. I'm like, hey, dude, you need to do this. You need to do that. And every week, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And the next week is the same conversation. I'm like, look, man, it's going to be 10 years later and you're going to be asking me the same questions. And my answers aren't going to change. We only have a limited amount of time. Yeah, you can blow accounts and you can regain money. You can work harder. You can win the lottery, do whatever you want. You can always get money back. But time is going to run out. And for you guys that are using this as a tool for investment, maybe for kids' savings funds or college funds, maybe as a skill you can teach your future generations, what type of legacy are you going to leave? What type of legacy are you going to leave? My hopes is that, hey, whether my child wants to be a trader or not, I know his dad graduated right when the recession happened, where there were no jobs, and I found a way through it. If that were to happen again, does he have a skill he can fall back on? Just in case. Just in case no one's hiring. Does he have a skill he can fall back on and make a living from? Can he provide for himself, or is he dependent on someone else? I never want to be dependent on anyone else for my income. Never. That is not a good way to live life. Because someone can always pull that rug out from underneath you and then you're done. I want to go to sleep. I want to wake up and look myself in the mirror every day and say, Akil, your success is dependent on you and you only. That's all. If I mess up, it's on me. If I fail, I have no one to blame but myself. Never want to be in a position again where I get fired from a job for no reason just because the boss needed to free up a few dollars. Where I did nothing bad, but I get fired 4 o'clock in the morning after a week of vacation. That happened before. It was not fun. Woke up 4 o'clock to open up a gym. Found out I was fired. Did nothing wrong. Just didn't fit in the company's plan. And I'm sitting back asking myself, why? Why did this happen? Why did this happen? And I go on unemployment. Never want to be in that position again. If I mess up, it's on me. I will take that. I also know if I succeed, I have the ability to gain endless amounts of money. I can earn as much as I want to. There's no limit to what I can make I just got to work harder. Work harder, work smarter. And there's no limit to what I can do. So, I'll leave you guys with that. I just joined the scope. You want to make sure you watch the replay. Yeah, I'm a trader, a currency trader. Yep. Getting back to business after a week off today. Probably no trading today aside from that. I am in that dollar yen trade. Yep. So aside from that, probably no trading today. At least no active trading today. Again, Mondays are typically my feeler out type of day. I do have my training at 9 o'clock, so we got to start prepping for that. But yeah, trade the markets, having a good year. See if we can survive December. And unfortunately, we gotta celebrate. We got to celebrate. Me and Jason will pop some champagne bottles and cheers for the great year of trading. Then we got to wipe it all clean and start over again in 2016. It's a brand new year. Just like any sports season, guys. Last year does not matter. You're only as good as your current season, because your record starts at 0 once that new year flips around. Same for you guys that had bad trading years. Guess what? If you finished like my Dallas Cowboys, who are horrible right now, or my Philadelphia 76ers, who are horrible right now, next year you get a fresh start. And you get a chance to do it over. But, all right, I'll see you guys. It's getting warm in here, so start stripping down. Thank you for joining me, guys. And as always, plan your trade your plan. Good luck in the markets this week.